Hello! I am Mac, at least for a day, and everything's going to be okay. The 2.11 update to No Man's Sky Beyond has finally made it to consoles. PC had been getting a lot of patches, but they rolled them all together on Xbox and PS4. And we finally got a lot of those fixes that they've done. So I'm going to be going through all of the patch notes and demonstrating some of the changes. So, and I'm doing this in VR because some of the changes are VR specific. So it's going to be a little tricky reading. I'm going to have to pull up my VR visor and look at my list of patch notes here. But it says bug fixes increased the speed at which text in alien interactions prints out after clicking to move the interaction on. So we're going to test that out right now. That's why I'm standing in front of a NPC. So, yep, it goes a lot faster. So I recently was talking to a whole bunch of aliens, and their text was going... I was talking to a lot of aliens to get the Talking to Aliens milestone, and it took so long to go through all of their text, but now it goes a lot faster. If I press... in VR, it's pressing the trigger. With normal controller, it's the X button, I think. It makes their text go faster, so it was really annoying that their text was going so slow. I'm just doing this to demonstrate it. Okay, yay. So that went a lot faster. That's a good improvement. Next is cut down the amount of text in cartographer interactions. So we're right here by the cartographer, so we're going to try him out as well. Actually, I'll go ahead and read both of the things about the cartographer. Not only did they cut down the text, but they also allowed us to exchange multiple pieces of navigation data at a time with the cartographer. So let me see. I think I have at least 5 pieces of navigation data. Oh, I have 2. So we'll try exchanging 2 at the same time at the cartographer. Make sure that change has worked. The Viking gestures proudly at the databanks. Oh, I don't need to read that. Well, they said they changed the text in some ways. Oh, I can't see it because his hand's in the way. Ask for help, exchange navigation data, and purchase map. So let's see what happens when I choose exchange navigation data. Oh, cool. Oh, darn. So I can't do 2. You can only do it in increments of 1, 5, and 10. It's given me 5 as an option. Maybe I do have 5 somewhere. Let's go ahead and do that. Cool. So, yeah, that should have given me 5 planetary charts. Let's see. Yeah, it arranged them very strangely. Didn't stack them all together. Oh, are these different? There must be differences between these. Oh, yeah, they have different worth. Planetary chart, planetary chart. Weird. So different planetary charts have different things about them. They're worth different amounts. Even though they're the exact same item, I guess they have some kind of data inside of them, which makes sense. They're a chart that gives data, so although you can't see what the difference is, I guess each of these represent a different type of building. It'd be better if they would have made, you know, like, let us choose different charts. Like, oh, I want a chart for ancient ruins. I want a chart for monolith, or whatever it's going to show me to. But anyway, that's a good change. They streamlined that so that we don't have to exchange one piece of navigation data at a time for a cartography chart. All right, so next, I'm going to read through some more here. Actually, I'm going to go to the space anomaly, because in a little bit there will be some space anomaly specific ones that I want to do. If you haven't seen one of my patch notes and demonstration videos, this is what they're like. I go through the patch notes and I demonstrate some of the changes that are easy enough for me to demonstrate. And sometimes I even end up finding out that the changes didn't work, or oops, or something like that. So this is a really long list. Don't worry, I'll start reading through them a lot faster soon. But first I want to get into the space anomaly. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and while the game lands me, I will start reading through some more of these. Fixed an issue that caused sulfurine to be extracted at a significantly lower rate than other gases. Fixed an issue that caused mineral extractors to fail to work when placed on rare mineral hotspots such as gold. Fixed an issue that caused all technologies installed on the freighter to be filled with incorrect products. Fixed a number of issues in driver warning boxes that could occur when all available drivers were out of date. That sounds PC specific, probably not for consoles. Fixed a rare memory corruption issue. Fixed an issue where the mod warning and low disk space warning could cause a soft lock in VR. Those also are PC specific, I'm pretty sure, because we don't have mod warnings, because we can't have mod warnings on consoles. We can't have mods, period, on consoles. But, yeah. I'm gonna run up here. Actually, I think I'll just stand in front of this guy while I read some more. Okay, next is... okay, so all the stuff that I just read was the newest changes. The rest of the notes I'm going to read were already available to PC a while ago, but this is the first time that they're on consoles. So, fixed a number of issues where technology was not being correctly detected in exosuits and starships after being moved around or between inventories. This includes being unable to recharge hazard protections. I heard some people complaining about that their hazard protection wasn't working, that they couldn't recharge it. Fixed an issue that was causing starships to vanish when landing on space stations in systems with a high number of ambient freighters. Fixed a number of input issues that were causing the free scaling and rotating of base parts to be unavailable. Fixed an issue that was causing players in non-Euclid galaxies to lose or fail to add teleport destinations. A friend of mine told me about this issue. She was having a lot of trouble with this and was very upset about it because she was in another galaxy when the No Man's Sky Beyond update happened, and she couldn't add any new space stations to her terminus portal. She would go to other stars, but she could never go back to them with the portal because there was like 5 locations on her terminus portal. She lost all of her old locations, and there were just 5 locations in her terminus portal, and she could never add any more. So I'm really glad they made this fix, so that should make her happy that she's able to get more teleport destinations. Fixed a number of issues with the Refiner UI, including the increase and decrease amount buttons not working. And I'm sorry if my voice is muffled. Like I said, I'm having to hold up my visor to read, and my mic is in my visor, so my voice might not be very clear. That's definitely a problem. Fixed an issue that could prevent portal glyphs being learned from traveler interactions. Fixed an issue that caused a long delay when handing in missions at the mission board. Added a number of missing base parts to the... Wait a second. Did we miss the one? No, I think that's coming up. Fixed an issue that would prevent portal glyphs being learned from traveler interactions. Fixed an issue that caused a long delay when handing emissions to the mission board. Added a number of missing base parts to the construction research unit on the space anomaly. So that's why we're here. One of the reasons that we're here. There's some new things that we can get. Let's go check those out. A friend of mine sent me some screenshots of them, and they look really cool. So let's head over there. So base research station, and they're in the technologies. Nip Nip was added back into the game. I'm happy about that, but that wasn't part of this update. I think some of these switches are new. Auto switch, power inverter, button, proximity switch. Obviously these are new to No Man's Sky Beyond, but I think some of them weren't available until this patch. I could be wrong about that though, since I haven't bought it yet, I really don't know. Here, these are the ones that are new. I'm sure these ones. Light box, I'm pretty sure is new. Ooh, it can be used to construct walls of light. Nice. Ooh, and if they require power to operate, oh, I wonder if you could use switches to make kind of a light show, or you know, like a screen display kind of thing, like make a smiley face that moves or something like that. That would be really cool. And then noise box. So it makes noise. So not sure if you can make music or something like that with it. That would be cool if you could. That sounds like a lot of fun. Now this one's really cool. The Sphere Creator, highly specific fabrication device developed with the intention of finding the universe's most perfect sphere. Requires the power to operate, will create a large sphere ready for whatever experiments are deemed necessary. So this is basically how we can play sports games in No Man's Sky. Sean Murray said in an interview before No Man's Sky Beyond came out that they had created a Rocket League field where they could use their vehicles to play Rocket League, and I didn't know how we were going to get balls to play sports games like that, but now we know. The Sphere Creator, which I guess it wasn't available before, but now it is, so that's good. Cool. Think that's all the stuff that was added back in that was supposed to be available. It wasn't. Okay, and then next is fixed a number of snapping issues with landing pads, fixed a number of snapping placement issues with medium refiners, fixed a number of base part snapping issues that occurred only in multiplayer, fixed an issue that was causing the planetary north and south pole compass markers to be invisible, improved the messaging when completing a mission at the Nexus to make it more clear where you will be when you exit the space anomaly, made a number of cosmetic improvements to automated creature milking. That's very interesting. I wonder what the cosmetic improvements are. Fixed an issue that caused freighter upgrades to cost far too many salvaged frigate modules. Ooh, nice. They lowered the cost of freighter warp upgrades in the freighter, so they don't cost so many salvaged frigate modules. Ooh, I think I want to go look at that. I want to go see how much they cost now, because they cost like 300 and 400. And people were complaining to me about that because some people asked me in the comments, how do you get the freighter warp upgrades now? Because I've got this video that got quite a few views that I did back before Beyond, where I told about how to get freighter warp upgrades. That was during the Next era. And since then, of course, lots of people have been on there asking about it. I've had to put that the video is obsolete in the title, which I usually end up doing with a lot of my more popular videos, is I have to rename the title and let people know that the video's information is now obsolete because it no longer applies to the current version of the game. But I guess this video can kind of be the new video where I show how to get freighter warp upgrades. So maybe I'll put that in the title in addition to other stuff. So I'll finally have an updated version of that video, so people will hopefully stop commenting on the other one, but they probably still will, even though I've made it very clear that video is obsolete. People still comment on it and ask for clarification and such. Oh, and there's something else we can check out here as well. Let's go ahead and do it. I haven't read this one yet, but I remember in VR when you access the fleet screen, it looked really bad before, and they did a fix for it. So let's see how it looks now. Well, it's still not great. It's kind of sideways and weird, but at least it's not like behind me or whatever it was before. It was like almost impossible to see the list, but I can see it now, even though it's kind of sideways. But yeah, there was a fix for the fleet management menu when you're in VR, and we'll probably be reading that later. But okay, here's the important one that we came in here for, the Freighter Research Terminal. Oh, that's awesome. They were 400 before. Now it's only 4. That is fantastic. Yeah, somebody freaked out in the comments saying, I can't believe it. It cost 400 of those modules. And I probably will do another video later showing how to get these modules, salvaged frigate modules. I'll go ahead and tell you. You can get them both from frigate missions, but you can also get them from crashed freighters. So someday I may do a video showing me getting them from crashed freighters to show people how to get them. But that's how you get those salvaged frigate modules, is from crashed freighters and the frigate mission rewards. Okay. So let's continue. We'll be going back to the anomaly, I think, because there's another anomaly thing. But first, okay, so we did freighter upgrades, cost far too much. Okay, made the heads-up display markers for players in your group consistent colors. This is a problem I had on my multiplayer series. People in my group, they'd have a different color on the heads-up display than it was in the world, so it was very confusing who was who. Fixed an issue that caused the teleporter on the space anomaly not to show screenshots of available bases, and fixed a number of visual issues in the space anomaly teleporter UI, including tidying the presentation of mission icons. So that's what we're going to go look at. So we need to go back to the space anomaly. We'll look at those changes in the teleporter, and then I'll be using the teleporter for something else. While we travel over there, I'll do a shameless plug for my next live stream series. I finished the storyline in VR series, and now I'm going to be doing a making money series. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to call it Getting Rich in No Man's Sky Beyond. So starting this weekend, maybe Friday, maybe Saturday, I will start that new live stream series where I use all the new features in No Man's Sky Beyond to make a lot of money. And that will be live streamed on Twitch, and then the live streams will be archived on YouTube, so you can watch it either place. Alright, so let's go to the teleporter and look at the UI improvements. Oh no, I don't have multiplayer turned on, so I may not be able to see the screenshots, because one of the changes is I don't have multiplayer on because I don't want to risk crashing in the Nexus or something while I'm doing this. So we may not be able to see this part, but we'll look anyway. Yeah, it won't give me any of the featured or other stuff because I don't have multiplayer turned on. But, uh-oh. I think I lost my place. Am I on page 2? Yeah. Yeah, fixed an issue that caused the teleport to stay stalling, not to show screenshots of available bases. I think I just haven't taken any screenshots since you can't take screenshots in VR because there's no photo mode. But I think there would be screenshots for my own bases if I had taken screenshots. And then, yeah, something about mission icons. So I guess there are mission icons on here if you have a mission in that system. But anyway, sorry I couldn't really show those things. But I'm going to go to my base because we'll be demonstrating something else on a planet in a little while. But I'm going to continue reading through these. Fixed a number of issues about entering and exiting the space anomaly while on a Nexus mission. So the Nexus missions teleport you to other star systems, which is really cool. I think that's really a good idea, and it's really going to make the new community missions a lot more streamlined. But I guess there was a problem with that. There's definitely a problem with multiplayer, doing multiplayer missions. When I tried doing it with my friends, we just got separated when we accepted the same mission and then tried to exit the space anomaly. We just got kicked out of each other's group. So hopefully this fix has something to do with that, but there's no guarantee. But I'll try doing multiplayer missions with my friends again later, and we'll see if it fixed any of those problems. And then fixed an issue with the base overseer that would not start automatically in creative mode after placing a terminal. Fixed a number of cases of incorrect text when viewing faction rewards from the mission board. And by factions, they just mean like the Mercenaries Guild and the Traders Guild and all that. They're not adding some new faction system, I don't think. It's just referring to the different guilds you can take missions for. Fixed an issue where depots in Gex systems had an incorrect number of hit points. Added a specific heads-up display marker for biological horrors. That sounds pretty cool. I'm not going to do that in this video, but I'm definitely going to check out and see what the new icon for the xenomorph creatures are. Removed an incorrect warning about transferring cargo that could occur when purchasing a frigate. Increased the power of the Blaze Javelin. Increased the power of the Infraknife Accelerator. Removed debug information from photo mode screenshots. Attempted to restore lost freighters to save games that were affected by the freighter deletion bug. Fixed a crash that could occur when deleting legacy base parts. Improved VR-specific anti-aliasing. Reduced graphic memory usage to improve stability. Fixed an issue where transferring valuable treasures, such as ancient bones, to other players would result in an invalid product. I had this happen in one of my first multiplayer live streams where Jacob gave me some of the salvaged tech that is worth a lot of money. And it turned into an object that I couldn't move or delete and basically destroyed one of my inventory slots, but actually it disappeared later, so it kind of fixed itself, but hopefully now we can give each other those special items and not cause problems. Fixed an issue where shutter doors had incorrect icons in the build menu. Fixed an issue where Gek players would float when sitting on the ground. Fixed a resource message when dismantling base parts. Fixed an issue that could cause an infinite number of creature pellets to spawn in creative mode. I wish I would have witnessed that bug. It sounds pretty funny if you try throwing some creature bait and an infinite number of them suddenly appear. Fixed a memory leak related to starships and exocraft. When in VR, removed a number of settings that have no effect in VR. Adjusted base part data to improve performance in large bases. Made player buildable sofas sittable. A lot of people will be happy about that. Fixed an issue that caused dismissing notification boxes to also perform in-game actions like firing grenades. Hopefully that also fixed it so that you don't jump when recharging things when you're using the controller. A lot of people were complaining that they kept jumping whenever they used the quick menu to recharge things. Fixed a number of issues that prevented hydroponic trays from working with base power. Fixed an issue where pressure switches were not available in creative mode, and and fixed health, power, and shield stations not receiving power aboard freighters. Fixed an issue that caused batteries and solar panels not to attach correctly to building roofs. Page 4, fixed an issue that caused animals not to drop mordite when killed. Fixed an issue that prevented mordite being placed in the nutrient processor. Improved handling of the camera in tight places. Fixed a number of very specific mission and dialogue flow problems in multiplayer. Adjusted the VR UI for the fleet terminal. Updated the icon for the noise box, and we just saw the noise box in the space anomaly, so we know what it looks like. Tweaked the UI for the agricultural robot. I do not know anything about the agricultural robot, but it sounds awesome, and I need that in my life. I have no idea how to get it, but I can't wait to get it. Fixed an issue causing text clipping in notification boxes. Fixed an issue that prevented rewards from being seen when handing in mission board missions, and instead held the game on a screen with no UI. Yeah, I experienced this a lot when every time I turned in a mission at the mission board, the menu would just disappear and I'd be stuck there for several seconds before it finally continued. Adjusted the speed of scrolling text to make it more readable. Fixed an issue that caused tips about the crystal fragments to appear for players who had no crystal fragments. Fixed a number of lauding issues on specific plants. Fixed a number of collision issues on the space anomaly. Fixed an issue that could cause exotic ships to hide their wings when retracting landing gear. Fixed an issue that caused ship cameras to intersect with the freighter hangar. Fixed an issue that caused trade terminals on freighters to intersect the floor. Fix will apply to new terminals. Old terminals will need to be repositioned manually. Fixed a number of graphical issues aboard the freighter. Made a series of small geometry optimizations to the interior of the space anomaly. Fixed a soft lock in a specific interaction in planetary factories. Fixed a crash that affected large bases. Fixed a crash that could occur when the game is shutting down. Fixed a crash in Sentinel Quad navigation. Fixed an issue that could cause black squares to appear when damage numbers were turned off. And this is the one that I wanted to demonstrate. So early in my VR playthrough, there were these really ugly black squares that would appear when I mined in VR. And the workaround I found for it, and I did a video for the workaround, was to make damage numbers appear. So right now, as you can see, I have damage numbers on, and having damage numbers on prevents that bug from happening. But I don't like damage numbers, so now, hopefully, I can turn off damage numbers, and I won't have ugly black squares anymore. Let's find out. Yay! Awesome. I can mine without damage numbers again. And there's no ugly black squares appearing. Yay! So that fix definitely worked, and I'm very happy about that. Okay, and then the last few things are fixed a crash that could occur if an NPC tried to walk to an invalid location. And last couple is fixed a rare crash in memory allocation and internal improvements to crash reporting. And the last thing they said was, we will continue to release patches as issues are identified and resolved. If you experience any issues, let us know by submitting a bug report. And yeah, I'm sure there's still going to be some more bugs that people are experiencing. There always are. In fact, ultimately, Hello Games never squashes all of the bugs. They just get the vast majority of them. But this is a season of bug fixing, so if you have any bugs, make sure you report them now, because this is a time that Hello Games will be fixing them. So I will put the Hello Games, I'll put the No Man's Sky website in a pinned comment, and if you have any bugs, go to that website, click on Help Center, and submit a bug report to Hello Games, and they should fix most of the bugs very soon. But thank you, Hello Games, for fixing a whole bunch of the bugs, and that about does it. So like I said, this weekend I'll be starting my Getting Rich in No Man's Sky Beyond series. But anyway, I have been Mac. Thank you for joining me for a day, and remember, everything is going to be okay.